The Book of the Damned, by Charles Hoyfort, Chapter 10c. If the law of gravitation could be stated as a real utterance, it might be a real resistance to us. But we are told only that gravitation is gravitation. Of course, to an intermediatist, nothing can be defined in terms of itself, but even the orthodox, in what seems to me to be the innate premonitions of realness, not founded upon experience, agree that to define a thing in terms of itself is not real definition. It is said that by gravitation is meant the attraction of all things proportionately to mass and inversely as the square of a distance. Mass would mean inter-attraction holding together final particles, if there were final particles. Then, until final particles be discovered, only one term of this expression survives, or mass is attraction. But distance is only extent of mass, unless one holds out for absolute vacuum among planets, a position against which we could bring a host of data. But there is no possible means of expressing that gravitation is anything other than attraction. So there is nothing to resist us but such a phantom as that gravitation is the gravitation of all gravitations proportionately to gravitation and inversely as the square of gravitation. In a quasi-existence, nothing more sensible than this can be said upon any so-called subject. Perhaps there are higher approximations to ultimate sensibleness. Nevertheless, we seem to have the feeling that with the system against us we have a kind of resistance here. We'd have felt so formerly, at any rate. I think that Dr. Gray's and Professor Hitchcock's have modified our trustfulness toward indistinguishability. As to the perfection of this system that quasi-opposes us and the infallibility of its mathematics, as if there could be real mathematics in a mode of seeming where twice two are not four, we've been told over and over again of their vindication in the discovery of Neptune. I'm afraid that the course we're taking will turn out like every other development. We began humbly, admitting that we're of the damned. But our eyebrows, just a faint flicker in them, or in one of them, every time we hear of the triumphal discovery of Neptune, this monumental achievement of theoretical astronomy, as the textbooks call it. The whole trouble is that we've looked it up. The textbooks omit this. That, instead of the orbit of Neptune agreeing with the calculations of Adams and Leverrier, it was so different that Leverrier said that it was not the planet of his calculations. Later it was thought best to say no more upon that subject. The textbooks omit this. That, in 1846, everyone who knew a sine from a cosine was outsining and cosining for a planet beyond Uranus. Two of them guessed right. To some minds, even after Leverrier's own rejection of Neptune, the word guessed may be objectionable, but, according to Professor Pierce, of Harvard, the calculations of Adams and Leverrier would have applied quite as well to positions many degrees from the position of Neptune. Or for Professor Pierce's demonstration that the discovery of Neptune was only a happy accident, see Proceedings of the American Academy of Sciences, Volume 1, page 65. For references, see Lowell's Evolution of Worlds.